guys, welcome to my English class 100% into English language, okay? How are you today? My name is Rodrigo and I will be your teacher, okay? So let's start. Today we are going to talk about verb to be, do and does, okay? But don't worry because I will explain one by one, okay? So let's start. Verb to be. Why the verb to be is so important? Each year, the English teacher in private school or public school, they always teach you about the verb to be. But why? It's simple. Verb to be is or two verbs. Why is? Is because singular, but there are two meanings for it. Okay, ser e estar. So it's kind of two verbs inside of one. Okay, that's why it's so important. Ser e estar. Okay, and another thing that I like to say to my students, it doesn't need an auxiliary verb. The verb to be doesn't need an auxiliary verb to make questions or give the negative. Why? Because he is an independent verb. Okay, I like to call that it is operating. He's independent. He doesn't need do or does to making questions. He can make it all question. Okay, so let's see a few examples here. Is she cool? Is she cool? Repeat. Yes, she is cool. And the negative, no, she isn't cool. Teacher, what is this isn't? This isn't is plus not, okay? For negative, we have to put not to indicate some negative of something. In this case, she isn't cool, okay? So we have to put is plus not. Or you can say, no, she is not cool, or no, she isn't cool, okay? So the verb to be is just this. What is so special? Why is it so special? Because there are two different meanings. For example, I am here now and I am an English teacher, okay? I am here now and I am an English teacher. There are two meanings that I use to express the same verb, okay? But in the other verbs, teacher, what happened? Because this is only one verb. And the verb to dance, to fly, to think, what happens? We have do. What is do? Do is an auxiliary verb, okay, of the present, okay? It makes the questions and gives the negative for all the verbs. So all the verbs that you know in English, they need an auxiliary to make question and give the negative in the present. Okay, we are talking about the present. Okay, so it makes the question. What pronouns, teacher? The pronouns I, you, plural or singular, we, and they. Only these four pronouns, okay? It makes the question give the negative. He, she, need, we use does, which is another history, okay? So, let's make a question. So, if you think about a verb and you want to make a question, you have to use do if you use one of these pronouns. So, do they dance? No, they don't dance. Teacher, what is don't? This don't. Do plus not. Because remember, make the question and give the negative. So, negative do plus not. We have to put not here and we have to add do. Why? Because it's the verb dance. Okay? It needs an auxiliary verb. And the positive, you don't need to put do. Okay? It's not necessary. You don't have to do it. Do they dance? Yes, they dance, okay? Only the verb and the pronoun. You don't need to put do. Another example. Do you read books? No, they don't read books. Why don't? Do plus not. I have to use do because the pronoun they, okay, and it's about the present, the verb read, okay. Now the positive answer, yes, they read books, okay. Doesn't need an auxiliary verb because we always use the auxiliaries for negative and interrogative. Non-positive we don't need, okay. There is a specific case that we use do for positives, but I won't mention right now. I don't want to confuse your minds, okay? Only thing that we use auxiliary verb do for negative and interrogative. Only this, okay? Put your mind for now, okay? Let's use about does. Does is the same thing. It's auxiliary verb of the present, okay? And it makes the question and give the negative for the pronouns. He, she, and it. Okay? So let's see an example here. Does she work? No, she doesn't work. It's a negative. So I have to use does plus not. Okay? Does plus not. Sorry, my handwriting is a little ugly because I don't have space. I'm sorry for it. But no, she doesn't work. Does plus not. Okay? And the positive, what happens? Yes, she works. All the verbs on third person is he, she, and it. All the verbs, they change the form. Why? It's a grammar we have to follow, okay? It's English grammar. So in positive sentences, we have to see the end of the verb and add an S. Okay, why I put an S here? Because of the general rule. What is general rule? If the word ends with K, for example, I have to look on other rules. If I didn't find anything that say about something about K, I have to put S here on the verb. Okay, so only for positives. Okay, only for positive answers or positive sentences. You have to transform the verb if the pronoun is related to he, she, or it. Okay? Another example. Does it fly? Let's imagine that I saw here on the floor, or I don't know, in my house, I saw a cockroach. Okay? Cockroach. Type on Google to see cockroach. Okay? It's a disgusting animal. Let's imagine that I saw a cockroach. And then I ask, does it fly? Okay, does it fly? Like that? Yes, it flies. Why it flies? Because of the rules that I'll explain better. Okay? And the negative I can put, no, it doesn't fly. Does plus not. Okay? Here, teacher, why did you put flies here? Because we're going to the rule this. The verb ends with Y, okay, but is preceded by a consonant. When it's preceded by a consonant, I have to take off the Y, okay, I have to take off and add IES, okay, I have to add this because it's positive, okay, it's only for positive. These are the rules. We have general rule. General rule is, I have to see the verb on the third person. Work. I have to look for K. If I didn't find any K about the ending, okay, I have to put general rule. If I didn't find, okay. The second rule, if the verb finish with S, SS, C8, X, Z, O, or ZZ, I have to add in the verb ES, okay? And the third rule is, if the verb finish with Y, but is preceded by consonant, because it's the case of fly, I have to put IES, okay? For example, if the verb finish, the verb go, I go, he goes, okay? I play, she plays. Teacher, but plays finish with Y. Yes, but Y preceded by a vowel. So in this case, general rule, okay? If you have any doubt, please let me know. And now I have a challenge for you. Try to create 3 questions, okay, one by one, okay, 1 question for verb to be, 1 question for do, and 1 question for does, okay, and try to put, okay, put on the group, put where you want to put, and then I will correct, okay. See you next class, guys. Bye bye.